They don't want none. They don't want. What's up, folks? G-Funk Wrestle Talk here. Haven't been on in a while. I'm minus my man, my co-host, Mr. X today. He's got prior engagements that he couldn't commit to the show today, so I apologize, but he will be on the next show, I promise you. Give a shout out to him, man. Hope everything goes well with what you got going on, and hopefully he'll be back our next episode. A lot of stuff to talk about. Royal Rumble was last week. It was good. The women's, I think, stole the show because I had a lot of listening and a slew of others. Asuka won, but at the end of that, Ronda Rousey came out. That was, I think they kind of screwed the women on that. They kind of stole the thunder of the women's division. You know, it's the first ever women's Royal Rumble, and you bring Ronda Rousey out. You should just put her in the Rumble to begin with, which I thought they were gonna. I thought she was gonna be number 30, but Trish Stratus was, which was cool. But kind of stole away from Asuka's thunder a little bit in the women's division. They could have brought her out on Raw the next night, which would have made more sense, I think. It would have been better, I think, both for, you know, the overall show, because the Royal Rumble itself was good. The matches in between were so-so. The men's won. Shinsuke Nakamura won, which I predicted was going to happen. Both my predictions were right. I'm kind of glad we're going to see Shinsuke versus AJ. Not sure Asuka's going to fight. She, I think, might be leaning towards Alexa Bliss. But then I heard there was other rumblings that, because she never announced who she was going to face at the Rumble. She didn't say who she was going to fight yet. So, and even on Raw the next night when Stephanie McMahon came out and said Asuka's was her first ever women's Royal Rumble champion, and yet she said something in Japanese, but no one understood. I don't think even Stephanie understood what she said. So I don't know if she's challenging, we still don't know if she's challenging Alexa Bliss or Charlotte. I think it's going to be Alexa Bliss just because I think Charlotte's going to fight Ronda Rousey. But then I heard other things that Ronda Rousey's going to tag team up with somebody to face Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, which I don't want to see. I don't know how many people you guys want to see, but I really don't want to see that. I don't know what she's going to be like, her TV appearances and regular house shows. I don't know, but she's supposed she's going to do it. She signed a 3-year deal, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see lots of her. I don't know what they're going to go with her storyline for WrestleMania. If she's going to wrestle before then, I don't know if she's we don't know if she's been training or she's training now. Like I said, I'm excited for her. I just want to see what they're going to go with her storyline-wise. They're not going to let her come out and beat Charlotte or Alexa Bliss right away to win a championship. I don't see that happening. That's why I think they're going to go with the tag match, which I don't want to see. I'd rather see her fight someone else. Maybe not a champion, maybe someone else, worth fighting. Someone they can build a cooler storyline with. Because the whole Stephanie thing is like, Stephanie's not a wrestler. She's 40-something years. She's my age. She's 42 years old. Triple H is 46, 47. As much as I love them both and, what they've done for the company, they got to stop. Just keep yourself out of WrestleMania. You're putting on the show. You don't need to be in the show anymore. Triple H has done tons. He's had ridiculous matches. Please, I don't want to see them both in the ring. I really would not want. I'd like to see maybe Triple H in the ring. I don't want to see Stephanie McMahon in the ring. She's not a wrestler. She never was and never will be in my book, even though she won the Women's Championship, which was a complete joke, but whatever. That was years ago. Nakamura versus AJ Styles. I'm all for. That's the match I'm definitely pumped up for the most so far. Like I said, everyone thinks it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Brock, which is the way they had the qualifying matches last week for the Elimination Chamber. First match was Kane and Braun Strowman in a last man standing match. Good match till the end because it was kind of stupid. I'm getting sick of Braun flipping cars, flipping trucks, dropping shit on people. Enough. We know he's strong, okay? They turned the freaking announce table over on Kane, and he beat Kane to be in the Elimination Chamber. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, that's great. Another qualifying match was Matt Hardy versus Elias. I like what they do with Elias. He's a great wrestler. He's got a good gimmick. I think he beat Matt Hardy, so he's going to be in the chamber. Don't know how that's going to go. Of course, he's probably not going to win it, but putting him in a more main event thing, I think, is good for him because he's definitely he's a good wrestler. Like I said, he's great. He's good on the mic. He has a good gimmick, and he's pretty popular right now with the fans. The last match, which I was very disappointed with, was Finn Balor versus John Cena. The match overall itself, I don't think was that great. Just because, number one, they both were in the Royal Rumble the night before. John later in the match, but Finn Balor was in there for almost an hour. So I'm pretty sure he wasn't 100%. Probably still tired from the night before. So that to me was kind of like, they could have maybe saved it for this week, for this week's Raw, I think, and made it qualifying just because those guys were both tired. You could tell they both weren't putting on their best performance. And the fact that Cena won made me sick because I'm sick of him. Like, we know Cena's not going to win. It's going to be Roman Reigns because this week's qualifying match, one of the qualifying matches, which was reported not too long ago, is going to be Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. And then where's my friend Jimmy Fabrizio? Shout out to him. Roman Reigns needs a clean win. Bring up Bray Wyatt. Dude, they're killing Bray Wyatt. They let the guy win the championship once. That's it. Bray Wyatt is great. The fans love him still. He's good on the mic. You know, he's got the whole creepy, thing going, and he's good. He's a good wrestler. He puts on good matches, but yet they want to kill him by not putting him in a good match. But I have a feeling him and Matt Hardy are gonna have some kind of crazy match within the next, maybe leading to WrestleMania, or they might squash it before then and have a different rivalry. I don't know, but they're really underutilizing Finn Balor. To me, they're under. What I don't want to hear. This is another rumor I heard, which I hope doesn't happen because it's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be Finn Balor with the club with Gallows and Anderson against the New Day. Seriously? Like, do we need any more 6 more? We already had the Shield versus the New Day. Like, I know the New Day's and they're popular and they're a 3-man team and everything. I love the New Day. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to see it. I want to see Finn Balor in a main event status match, or at least for a title. Let him fight The Miz. That'll be a great match. The Miz is going to go off and be a dad soon. Let him drop the belt to Finn Balor at WrestleMania. I don't want to see Braun Strowman versus The Miz at WrestleMania for the United Championship. That's just a mismatch. That's like putting me in a match against a freaking infant. It's stupid. It is so dumb that I don't understand what Vince is thinking, and I don't. The tag team, overall, I thought the Raw show was good. A lot of matches were good. The qualifying matches, except for, like I said, up until Miz, Miz was there. He defended his belt. So Roman Reigns is definitely not going to be the IC champion going into any pay-per-view, let alone WrestleMania. So that means pretty much he's going to win. And he's going to win tomorrow night on Raw, beat Bray Wyatt, go to the Elimination Chamber, and win and face Brock Lesnar. Boring. And I don't even want to see that match. I'll tell you right now, if that match is the main event at WrestleMania, I'm going to turn it off because I'd rather see AJ and Nakamura get the very last match because that match is going to be awesome. Because they're both ridiculous performers. They got good fan base following. They both get cheered. I'll tell you right now, if they put on Lesnar and Reigns as the main event, that place is going to boo the shit out of the freaking arena because no one wants to see it. This match has been, everyone and their grandmother knows it's coming. Vince has to throw us a curveball. Make him fight somebody else. Make it be Braun Strowman again. I'd rather see Strowman against Lesnar just because it was, the match the first time was bull because it was a triple threat match with Kane was dumb. I want to see him one-on-one and let Braun win the belt. What's the matter? Let him win the belt. Let him have it for a while. What's the big deal? It's eventually going to come to him because if it doesn't, I feel bad for Braun because he's a good performer. He's got a good fan base. He's a giant dude. Let him. But it seems like Vince doesn't let giants, big guys, have championships. Go to Andre. Never won the belt. He had chances. Never won the belt. He held the belt for a day or something like this. Something ridiculous. It wasn't. Oh, it was a miscount or something. I don't remember. It was so long ago. It was stupid. Big Show never won the belt. Oh, did he? I think he did, but not for that long. They don't give it to big guys. The Undertaker was an exception because he wasn't, granted he was huge, but he had a greater popularity and more of a killer fan base than those other guys. But I think that, like I said, SmackDown was very non-entertaining. I'm just sick of the same main events, the same stuff. They got to do something with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. Like, either make them fight each other or just kill this whole thing with Sami Zayn. And now it's going to be Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens next week, fighting to see who fights AJ at Fastlane for the SmackDown pay-per-view. That should be interesting. I don't know who's going to win. I think they might give a chance to say. I think Sammy's going to win just because he hasn't had the opportunity yet. Kevin Owens has already been Universal Champion. He's already been Heavyweight Champion. Then he's had a slew of championships since he's been here. Sammy has none. He's had no chance, no shot. I think Sami Zayn and AJ Styles would be a better match just because of their size. And their moves and stuff. Kevin Owens versus AJ, don't want to see it again. It's been done a couple times already, and we've seen AJ beat him for the U.S. title. Their matches are good, don't get me wrong, but I really don't want to see that match again. Overall, I thought both shows, like Raw was a little bit better than SmackDown. Like I said, SmackDown, either kill Raw an hour or kill SmackDown an hour, or add an hour to SmackDown. I don't think it's fair. I think you need more. SmackDown has more talent has good talent, but they just don't utilize it right. They're putting on Breezango and the Ascension all the time against just retarded tag teams. Like the tag team in the SmackDown division is a joke. That's why the Usos have been tag team champions for so long. The New Day already won. They're not giving it back to them. You got the Bludgeon Brothers, who I want to see get their shot because they're big dudes, and I think they'll beat the hell out of the Usos. Which, Harper and Rowan as the Bludgeon Brothers. I think that's a good gimmick. They're big dudes. They kind of lost the whole Wyatt thing with them, so them individually going as a tag team, they've always worked well together. They've been kicking everyone's ass, but they haven't really fought anybody good. So, the whole Usos as tag team champions forever is kind of annoying. They're good, but, who else are they going to fight? They got to bring up a team from NXT because the SmackDown division is weak. You got Breezango, who sucks. They're just there to eat pins. Ascension doesn't even wrestle anymore. They're just comic relief teaming up with Breezango. They never wrestle them. They get the shit kicked out of them all the time. They're like the freaking jobber version of the Legion of Doom, if there was one, but that's them now. Like I said, there's a lot of things going on this week. I think Raw is going to be interesting to say the least. What are the qualifying matches going to be? I want to see Finn Balor get another shot. I want to see him in the Elimination Chamber. If not, you got to let him have a championship shot because you're underutilizing. Put him with the club. It was just as stupid as putting when you put AJ with the club. Made a little more sense because AJ had just come, he just came, whatever, and he had the thing, before he went to SmackDown, so it was kind of good to do it with him. But Balor has already been Universal Champion. NXT champion. AJ came over here, well-known guy and everything. Had good matches with Jericho and Ziggler, and Kevin Owens. Right, he's put on great matches. And I love AJ Styles. He's one of my favorites. Besides Balor, I would love to see Balor. I think what they should do is do another mix shake-up like they did last year. Put Balor on SmackDown because you could have him fight AJ, have him fight Nakamura, have him fight Zayn, Owens. Just a number of guys he can fight that would be good for him. And, because, he's getting buried. He's getting buried on Raw. Especially the fact John Cena, I want him gone, dude. Cena, the only way Cena still wrestles once in a while because he's still bringing the money for Vince. And I don't blame him. But is Brock really still bringing that much money? He's never on TV. And if he is, he's on and he'll say nothing. He just jogs in place and watches freaking Paul Heyman spit crap out. So, I heard this is a big rumor, which I hope is true because I think it would be great for her and for him. I think they want to put Ronda Rousey with Paul Heyman, which in my book would be the smartest thing they could ever do. But that's just me. A lot of people say they agree. A lot of people say no, that's not going to be good for her. I think it would be awesome because she needs it. She's not very good on the mic. She's not much of a talker. I think Paul Heyman would be good. She would kind of be like the the female version of Brock, because Brock don't speak because he's terrible on the mic. So I think it would be good for her just until she gets a little more settled and used to the talking and stuff and the promos. I think that would be better for her. I was just talking to my buddy that there are no. If you look around, the managers have died. Like there's no managers anymore in WWE. Like back in the day when I was growing up, you had Mr. Fuji, Classy Freddie Blassie, Mount South Jimmy Hart. You had Captain Lou Albano. Even then you had Paul Heyman. Now you just got Paul Heyman. Like there's nobody else. Like they're a dying breed. Like there's nobody. Like who else comes out to the ring with anybody anymore? It was Lana and Rusev. That doesn't happen anymore because Lana's doing wrestling now, and Rusev's Rusev Day, which is I think is a great gimmick. They got to push him more because he's getting a lot of fan back, so he's got to get a title shot at something. I think he's gonna be U.S. champion again, which would be good. But I think he deserves a title shot at the WWE Championship eventually. But like I said, there's really no managers out there anymore. No one comes out. Dana Brooke comes out with Titus Brand, but she still wrestles. So technically, she's not really a manager, so to speak, because she still wrestles. There's no, managers are dying. There's none of them. There's, the guys in, I can't remember the NXT tag team, but I think they got a manager, Paul Ellering, the legendary Paul Ellering. I think it's Sanity, or it's I can't remember which tag team it is. I'm pretty sure I'll remember it after the fact. But like I said, I think that. Building up to, with the Elimination Chamber Fastlane before WrestleMania, a lot of things are going to happen. A lot of things can happen. I'll tell you right now, the one thing I hope happens, but I don't see it happen because they've been talking about it for over a year now, is I really would like to see Brock fight somebody else at WrestleMania instead of Roman Reigns. I really don't want to see them fight again because it's been done and it's stupid. I don't want to see it again. It's like you have to put someone out there that's going to be more entertaining. And because, Brock's contract's up soon, so he's probably going to lose the belt. Most likely. I don't see Roman Reigns with the Universal Championship again. The only reason why I'll be happy with him having the belt is because at least he'll be on TV every week. Not like Brock, who comes out whenever the hell he wants. I hope Brock never comes back. I hope they don't re-sign him. I hope he goes, and if UFC, MMA, do whatever the fuck he wants, get him off WWE. I'm done with him. He did his time. He was good. He's just dragged out. Like I said, if he was at least coming on more times, like a couple more times a month on TV, maybe wrestled on a Raw occasionally instead of just wrestling on the pay-per-views, I'd probably be more on board with him. But he's never on TV. You can't. It's killing Raw. Not having the Universal Championship on every week is killing Raw. I think that's why Vince is finally noticing that. Hence, why he's going to give it back. He's going to give it to Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns is on every week. Like I said, I think. I hope Raw is good tomorrow night. I want to see who the other two qualifying matches are besides Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. I don't know who it's going to be. It should be interesting to say the least. SmackDown should be, I don't know. SmackDown, I think, has kind of been falling off lately. They need to do something. They need to get some other guys or bring up some NXT guys because their roster is definitely not as high. Raw has more stars, more bigger guys. SmackDown in hand has not many big guys on the show. Biggest guy I think on the roster is probably Baron Corbin. Otherwise, I really don't see anybody. They need to expand the roster and maybe give them another half hour of TV time, another hour. Like if Raw's 3 hours, they should make SmackDown 3 hours. That's why I always thought it was unfair to SmackDown that they only got 2 hours and they're freaking, like I said, Breezango and Ascension are garbage tag teams. I don't think that they need more tag team talent on that show because it's just the Usos and New Day. Everyone else is just a joke. They killed freaking Gable, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Like they pretty much are like nobodies now after they lost again to the Usos at Royal Rumble. So I think they got to bring up another tag team and make it interesting because right now the tag team division on SmackDown is pretty weak, but the Raw one's not as good. Yeah, the Raw one's is about the same because there's not enough tag teams. There's who there is really on Raw: Cesaro, Sheamus. Who else? Rollins and Jordan. They're going to break up and fight each other, that's going to be a good match. If it's whatever it happens, if it's going to be WrestleMania or not, that should be interesting. I think Rollins gets into the Elimination Chamber. I heard Jason Jordan's going to get into the Elimination Chamber, which I think is going to be completely stupid. I'd rather see Finn Balor over Jason Jordan any day of the week, but I don't know what Vince is thinking because Jason Jordan to me is, I don't know. He's a good performer, but his gimmick, he's not very good on the mic. I think he's very... I don't know. I just don't like him. I don't think he's a good wrestler. Don't get me wrong. He's in great shape and everything, but his gimmick and being Kurt Angle's son is just stupid. I don't know if that's even true or if it's. I don't even care. But I just think that Raw needs to do a lot of mixing up as well as SmackDown. Like I said, they should do another superstar shakeup. Maybe I don't think they're going to do it, of course, before WrestleMania. They might do it after WrestleMania, which would be good. Do another draft or something, just because you got to get better matches, And Cena's can't be jumping from show to show. I'm sorry. I don't care how bad whoever's ratings are worse. He's got to stay on the show. Either he's on SmackDown or he's on Raw. Him jumping back and forth is annoying because you're just taking thunder. Like last week, why did he have to win? Why did he have to go to the Elimination Chamber? There's no reason for him to be in it. He's going to lose anyway. And the one rumor, and I'm praying to God so much that we don't see Undertaker come out. If Undertaker fights John Cena at WrestleMania, I will throw up because I love Undertaker. He's one of my favorites of all time. The way he ended way he lost last year, the way he went out at WrestleMania, that's it. That's his legacy. He was, 2 losses WrestleMania all time, 23-2. That's great. No one's ever going to beat that record ever again. And the way he came out at the Raw show, reunion show, I think it kind of, I don't see him wrestling anymore. He just doesn't. He's 52 years old, just had hip surgery not too long ago. I don't he still looks in great shape, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to see him drag out his career. He had a great career, end it. Vince, don't bring him back. Don't. As a wrestling fan, I'm probably speaking for a lot of you guys out there. Undertaker was one of the best of all time with WWE. He stuck with Vince and the company through the freaking Monday Night Wars. He easily could have jumped to WCW if he wanted, but he stuck with and I'm thankful for him because otherwise wrestling might have sucked. Raw might have never won the ratings and never would have bought WCW, and God knows how the landscape of wrestling would be now if it wasn't for the Monday Night Wars and Undertaker jumping ship. Because if he would have jumped, I'm telling you, everyone else would have jumped. But anyways, like I said, I'll be back with my man, Mr. X, next time. Hopefully, we'll have some emails. Like I said, the email, we didn't really get many emails. So we haven't really sent out. We haven't done a show in about a week or so. So it's been kind of chaotic with everything going on with Royal Rumble, and we had birthdays. My birthday was yesterday, and I think Mr. X's birthday is actually the 6th. So hopefully we'll do one before his birthday or after his birthday. But like I said, if you want emails, questions, comments, anything, send to wrestletalk2018 at yahoo.com. Either leave an audio message, which is great because you can hear your voice on our show, or Mr. X's, either whatever you want to leave whatever you want as an email, and we'll put it on the air if we have time for it. Until next time, folks. G-Funk. Mr. X, I wish you were here. Kind of missed you. I always love your take on stuff, and but you'll hopefully be back in the next show, folks. Until next time. Oh, Super Bowl predictions. I don't really care because I hate both teams, but I think the Patriots are going to win another one. Sorry, folks, but that's the way I feel, and I hate the Eagles. So until next time, folks. I gotta go. I'll see you when I see you.